One thing the Raspberry Pi doesn't have is a speaker. It has a speaker port, and it can play sounds through the HDMI connection, but it doesn't have a speaker or a buzzer to make simple sounds. This week, let's connect a speaker and write some simple code to control that sound. Hi, I'm Mark Neiman Ross, and welcome to this week's edition of Raspberry Pi Weekly. Every week, we explore the Raspberry Pi and share useful tips. For this, you'll need a small speaker and some jumper wires. You won't even need a breadboard. Just connect one side of the speaker to any ground pin. I've connected to the ground through pin 6 of the GPIO. The other side of the speaker needs to connect to a GPIO signal pin. I've suggested GPIO board pin 33, which is also known as GPIO 13. That's it. Now we have a speaker connected to the Raspberry Pi. To control it through software, I've used the GPIO 0 library to send a pulse width modulated signal to the speaker. Pulse width modulation is an important concept, and we'll use it again in later sessions. If you're new to pulse width modulation, I highly recommend the course on that topic in this library. But in this project, let's let the software do the work. Open the Easy Speaker Python code from the exercise files. In line 6, I create an instance of the GPIO 0 tonal buzzer object and place it in a variable called mySpeaker. Run the exercise file to play the random tones, then stop it, and change the true to false and the false to true to switch between the demonstrations. Unfortunately, this does not give us the ability to control the volume. Volume is controlled by the voltage applied to the speaker, and the Raspberry Pi can only provide 3.3 volts. To control the volume would require a more sophisticated circuit connected to the speaker. For now, this is a quick and easy way to control sound with the Raspberry Pi. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Raspberry Pi Weekly. Be sure to join the LinkedIn group and check out previous episodes on LinkedIn Learning. I'll see you next week with more Raspberry Pi adventures.